welcome to the Glacier Lagoon. My name is Helga and I'm going to tell you a few things about this place. Now, this piece of ice I'm holding is about 1,000 years old. And it's crystal clear, as you can see. And that's because it's been compressed by the glacier for many, many years. And then at some time it fell into the water. And it's been floating around in the water for a really long time. And now the ice breaks off the glacier right over there. And then most of the icebergs here are just floating around in the water. But there are a few of the biggest ones who can reach down to the bottom and are stuck to it. And then, depending on the size of the icebergs, it can take from 2 and maybe up to 7 years for them to melt down, break into smaller pieces, and eventually float to the sea. And you can only see about 10% of each iceberg. The other 90% are under the water, so you can imagine how big they can be. And well, the reason why we don't sail any closer to the icebergs is because they can sometimes split over, or big pieces can break off them. So it would be too risky for us to get any closer. And you saw the small zodiac boat that was following us. He is here for your safety, but he also makes sure that, well, we're not crashing into anything. And well, the icebergs here, they are very unpredictable. And a couple of days ago we had a storm here, then all the icebergs were on that side. Yeah, everything was on that side, but like now they're everywhere, and sometimes when we show up here in the morning, it's hard for us to sail through. And these guys in the Zodiac boats, they come and they push the icebergs away and make a little path for us. Now, the size of the lagoon is about 23 square kilometers, and the distance from the edge of the glacier and down to the sea is about 6 kilometers. And right in front of the edge of the glacier, the lagoon is about 250 meters deep. And it's the deepest water in Iceland. Now, right under the glacier is a big fjord. It's about 21 kilometers long, and it's full of ice. And there we have the deepest point of Iceland, which is 300 meters below sea level. Now, the highest point of Iceland also happens to be nearby. It's the mountain peak Jökulsárlón, and over there to the west. But you can't see the peak itself from here, but you can get an excellent look at it from the National Park in Scotland. And it's 2,110 meters high. So you have the highest point and the lowest point of Iceland, so they're kind of neighbors. Now, in 1932, all this area, and so all the way down to the bridge, was covered in ice. And then, after 1932, the glacier melted out, and the last 2 years there have been up to 100 meters of ice breaking off the glacier every year. But last year, we had 800 meters of ice that broke off the glacier. So that's how fast the lagoon is increasing. Now, how fast is this ice here? Now, this fast melting of the ice, it's not only due to global warming, but it's also because of all the salt water that's in the lagoon. Because we're so close to the sea, the salt water comes in through the river during high tide, and makes this lagoon about 50% salt water. And as you may know, salt water melts ice faster than fresh water does, and the seawater that comes in is slightly warmer than the water from the glacier. And all of this combined makes the glacier Jökuls, the fastest retreating glacier in Iceland. Okay, now the colors on the icebergs, if you're wondering about the colors, you see the black color on some of them. That's mostly just sand and stones that came with the glacier, but it's also volcanic ash left from many old eruptions here in Iceland. And it's not from the newest one in Jökulsárlón, because the wind didn't blow the ash over here. And the blue color you see on the icebergs, that's reflected by the light. It's in fact only an optical illusion, because water and ice, they can absorb all the colors of the rainbow, except the blue one. But it has to be like a huge and a massive piece of iceberg to be able to reflect the blue color back. Like the small one, or not so small, that I'm holding, you don't see any color. But if you have a huge and a massive one, the blue light, it can't reach all the way through it, and then reflects back. And then you can see the full color. It's the same if you want to compare like a glass of water or a big lake or the sea. And you see the blue color much better when the icebergs have recently flipped over. And so you can see which ones have recently turned. They look bluer than the others do. And that's because when they flip over, the ice that comes out of the water is still so compact, crystal clear, that the surface is just like glass, and so it reflects the blue color better. But then, after a few days of sunshine, the sun has melted the ice and broken into small ice crystals, and then the surface becomes like snow and looks white. Now, the temperature of the water here in the summer is from maybe 0 and can go up to plus 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, but it can go down to minus 5 degrees Celsius in the winter. And although that it gets that cold, it doesn't freeze all the way through because of all the salt that's in it. And I think it was maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, there were some guys that came here from the BBC network, and they were shooting a documentary about extreme people who do extreme things. And there was this one guy who jumped down into the water, and we didn't have that good weather then. It was rainy, and the water was about 1 or 2 degrees hot or cold. And he stayed in the water for 12 minutes. Yeah, and then he came out of the water all blue and purple. So that was kind of amazing. Now, a little bit about the animal life around here. We have some fish living in the water, although it's cold. Krill, herring, trout, and a little bit of salmon also. And then we have some seals around here. Has anyone seen any seals today? No? Well, they usually hang around down by the bridge, but sometimes swim in here also looking for food. And they're called common seals, and there are about 100 of them around here, so maybe we see one if we keep our eyes open. Well, now I'm going to break this size into smaller pieces and give you all a taste of it. It's a 1,000 € bite, so probably the oldest thing you ever tasted. And because it's so compact, it melts slower than normal ice does. So it's great to use it to cool down also to drink. And here it's supposed to be great with whiskey, but I'm afraid I don't have any whiskey with me today, so it's just going to be the ice. And if you guys have any questions, then just feel free to ask. Alright.
Yeah.